Hello everyone, and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today we will continue working on the hangar, and maybe we will even finish most of it off. And we'll start off by actually... Should we actually just weld all of this stuff up first? I'll weld the floor, I'll put in the floor as well, so we can start to get a real sense for how this stuff fits together. So this is the floor right up to so that's the blast door. Okay, I'm just realizing that can't be blast door, they need to be edges. So I'll change them out. Oh, actually, instead of doing that, what we'll do today is the sides. But I do need to take these sections off because these need to be edges. And actually maybe I should put the edges in so I don't forget. Wait. Okay. So it needs to be, come on, like that. Edge, edge, and it needs to be an edge here as well. Edge, edge. Okay. Fine. Right. To be able to work on this side, I should also sort out the thrusters, which means that I want to park this thing, which is probably a fair bit more complicated than it sounds, because this is not going to do. This just simply won't do. So let us make use of, I could just build out a lot of conveyor tubes. Are we in the shredder yet? We could just build out a whole bunch of conveyor tubes and shove a connector on the top of it, but I like the idea of having it attached to a piston, mainly because it gives us the option of tidying the connector away when we don't need it anymore. Okay, so I'll just move this ship forward. Wow, the ship has gotten pretty heavy. I may go and park it actually, so it'll get lighter by the time we need to go back and access it again next time. Oops. I also wouldn't mind a ship repair place where I could just park the ship and it'll just get repaired. I know that there is the nanite control factory, which was mentioned to me as well as an option for easing some of the build processes, but then I would miss out on all the fun of what I'm going through just now of building a ship to build stuff and all that kind of stuff. But a nanite control factory for repairing stuff, that is a fairly attractive idea. So, piston. I'll plonk this in here. So, piston goes gyroscope. Hopefully I won't need one anytime soon. So, like that. Yeah, I mean, if I really wanted to tidy it away, I would dig further down and embed it into the floor, but not worried about it being that perfect right now. Okay, now the question is, how do I get into the ship? If I don't have a jetpack, I won't be able to get into the ship. Oh crap, I just realized. Oh no, we'll work our way out of here. Unpark. Go down. Left. This hangar might be snug, but it's certainly big enough. Okay. Oops. Okay, and let's go and build this piston. I am loving building with these ships. Makes things so much more fun. Okay, so now all we need to do... Oh, I should have put a connector on top of it as well, then I could have built that. Connector right on top of it. There we go. Build that. Okay. And what we can do is if we go to the asteroid base and we go for the piston, and we'll call it the piston connector A, just so we are numbering it a little differently. And what we will do is maximum distance 10 meters, so that I think that must be its maximum distance. That's maximum force distance allowed to apply to blocking obstacles along its extending axis. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that stuff because there shouldn't be any blocking obstacles. Safety detach. Let's just reverse it. So that should send it all the way up as far as it can extend, which is 10 meters, which is actually not that far. Oops, I'm in the ship. I don't think it'll get to where the ship is right now, but you know, it's certainly close enough for us to be able to park it. Now to park it, I am going to poke a hole out here. Now I could poke a hole out either there, just want to mark it, or to the one to the right of that. And yeah, that's too close to the edge. I'm going to do the one to the right of that, and I'm going to use a shredder for it because, as you heard, my inventory is surprisingly full. So let's get over here. Okay. And let us very carefully see if we can manage to weld just that block out. If I move a bit further back, just need to get as close to it as I absolutely have to. And this is like surgical precision I'm trying here. Sorted. Pop out. Okay. Now, there are a couple of points to consider here. I could actually... could I? I can't. I was thinking that I could pop a piston there, but a piston I think is 2 blocks wide. If a piston was 1 block, it is 2 blocks wide, right? Yeah, piston is 2 blocks. If it was 1 block, then I could have done it. Here. If it was 1 block, I could have done it because I could have put the piston there and then put a connector. Although I was planning on putting skis on the underneath of the ship, not that dissimilar to this thing up at the top, which means that I could have an extra block underneath to play with, which means that I could have a piston. Do you think we should try that. I mean, it would be a piston connecting to a piston. I think it's worth thinking about. I'm not going to do it right now. You guys can let me know what you think. But for now, I am going to just stick a connector on there and leave it there. Because what I was thinking about was I am definitely going to have skis going underneath this. So that could be as simple as, let me show you. That could be as simple as, not as laborious as the ones on top, but starting, let's say, there, like so. Might be this simple. But if I am having skis going along, I might have to move it one block to the right. Yeah, I might move it one block to the right, so it's not too busy in here. But even if I move it one block to the right, that would still give us the space to put a piston in there so we can extend it out. But yeah, for now I will just leave it like that, and I'll just move this out of the way, and I will go get the printer and weld that up. I'm just going to call it print that up. I like that. I like that terminology. So, and we'll print up the rest of that as well. Not bothered about the skis, of course. Okay, so now I need to clear this area. I should totally like have
Meteor
alarms
storm inbound.
when we've got this ship coming into dock, because it takes up so much space and we need to make sure that this whole area is cleared. Of course, since I'm the only person in here, having that alarm kind of defeats the purpose, because, you know, there's nobody here to help me clear this area while I'm parking the ship. Okay, so, but I think we've got all of this area clear, so we can attempt to park this guy or gal, depending upon what gender you think it should be. So, before I do that, I'm going to save the game. And then, let's try this stuff out. Okay, so I can't easily see, which is where, if it was on a piston, could be really helpful because it would be sticking out. Okay, let's get this thing down. Can't really. Oh, okay. Just having to get closer to the. Hope I'm not running into anything here. Nope, looks okay. Okay, gently. Oops, ran into that bear. Gently does it. Oops, wrong way. Performance issues. I wonder why that is. Okay. Oop, wrong way. Don't want to run the burners too long, because then it'll take too long to slow down. Is there enough space? I hope so. Okay, why? What does it need? Further down? Okay, car should be locking, right? Is that locked? Oh, check that out. I think we locked. Let me actually just check. CC. Yay! Check that stuff out. We are connected. Isn't that great? Although we seem to be very close to the to the edges here. Yeah, that doesn't work very well, does it? Because while this might be okay for us to work on this section, there seems to be a slant as well. I don't know if that's because of the way the ship is parked, or... Alright, so this... Oh wait, there's no gravity here? Or there? Oh no. There's gravity here. Yeah, so there is a slant. I don't know if that's... I think that's maybe just the way the ship is parked, and not necessarily the way the hangar is. Okay, so what we will do in this particular case then is we will design this section, and with that we will move the ship back out of the way. I think I need to find a different docking point for this, because considering that this is a little bit to the... whatchamacallit, to the right hand side of the ship, I think the docking port will need to be much further along to the left here. Maybe there. Yeah, but that's... yeah. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Right now, let us take these thrusters off and design that part. Okay, so that means... oh wait, did we empty this? Yeah, we emptied it enough. I think for the final construction of these thrusters we might do that joined up maneuver again, because this will have all the parts we need to build these thrusters. Okay. Okay, Mr. Shredder, or Miss Shredder. Let's move you just over here. Try not to shred anything while I'm gone. And let's have a look. Okay, so this... oh, actually, one more thing that I want. I'll take that whole thing off, because I'm not sure that I'm going to keep that pattern either. I mean, I might end up doing it anyway. Actually, I'm taking it off, and then I'll start with these pipes and then work the rest of it out. Oh, that does take some time, huh? Perfect. Actually, now that the jump drive has moved, maybe we can have the windows back. Ooh, lots of benefits to moving that jump drive. Which means that, well, it wasn't really windows here, it was actually, maybe we will move the whole thing out of this section, and maybe we can put windows there. Actually, I probably didn't want to take that off. Or did I? I'll find out when this is off. And we can... oh no, that is the wall. That can remain. Okay. Now you stay over here and try not to shred anything while I'm gone. Oh. Okay, that's good. I want to print that so that it looks a bit better. and the printer is closer to us anyway because we will need it. Yeah, so and I remember that the space that was left behind there was just about precise because of the fact that we only have 3x2 windows. So if we have an extra space here, probably isn't that useful. But, you know, worst case, we just shove another set of windows on there. That might still be better. Because we now have this section that we need to design around, partly for air tightness. Yeah, we need to, how would I
Meteor
cross?
storm inbound.
Sorry, I know those words that I strung together doesn't actually make any sense. Oops, that's not quite what I meant. We have these. Like that. But the problem is I can't fit that on top because there's nothing for that block to attach to, which is okay because what I can actually do is here I can do that and then put this block here. Now, thrusters. If I wanted to put, we are going to put the thrusters not quite, let me see, I can't remember how much space they take up. So they are one block? They are. So what we could do is take this off. Right, take that off, then that comes off, which is okay. But if we had, how many did we have on each side? 2 or 2 back. Actually, this one doesn't have to be there. I could actually put that one there. Because these are wings. And put that one there, which means that we might not want windows on this side anyway. But how would I hide them away? Because if we're going to have them on the side like so, and there's also the potential issue that I can only have one each. And what about the up and downs? I could put them through, because what I could do is once again just stack them, and that is okay. I could put them on top. So the other option is I put them like that, and I could actually have 3, but it just makes the ship look so much worse. I don't like it. So I think putting it there, and I think the simplest way of covering them up is to make the wing section larger, or okay, there is another way. There is another way. Yep, there is. That is what we're gonna do. We will have a wing, but we are going to put okay, so we actually have 4 rear thrusters right now, and what we will do is we will take this okay, I can't yeah, but I will only take one of that out, because if I take any more it won't be airtight anymore. So I will do that, and it'll be cool because the blast door will have a hole in it where these 2 thrusters are. Now, theoretically, or even practically, I could have one more there. That might look nice. That might look nice. Okay. Yeah. And there would be a hole in the blast door exactly where that would fit into as well. So we will have 3 there, and we will have 1 in the rear. And okay, so for the front, what we will do, see, I want thrusters on the, I want a wing here, and I want some thrusters in there as well. But for the front here, what we will do is I want to put, I mean, this is actually such a cool design that if I really wanted to, I could put a couple more accelerating thrusters just on either side here. And because we've got this thing sticking out, it won't damage anything. What we could do here is braking thrusters. We need to find where we can put in a few braking thrusters. Okay, so there are quite a few places we can put in braking thrusters. We can put them in here. I think that might work. We can definitely put them in here. So we've got 1 block space. Well, there are actually 2 blocks. That's okay. We can actually put them there as well, but I like that corner. You know, I could put 2 there and 2 there, but I don't want to. Yeah, right now the ship will, if I put 1 on either side here and 1 each on the wings, then this ship would definitely accelerate faster than it will decelerate, or it will brake, which is sometimes, which is for me often the exact opposite of what you want. But will it look okay, or will it just break this very pretty design that we've got here? Let's put 1 in and see. Hello, Shredder. So I will just very carefully do a little bit of precision grinding, a bit of precision welding, shredding, I should say. Will it work? Let's find out. So I just want to get right there. Oh. Don't take the turret off, please. Oh, too late. Okay. Okay, cool. So let's take this guy out of here. Turrets seem to be super keen to be ground off. Like anywhere you're even near it, it'll just be like, okay, I'm off. Okay, so let's pop this guy there. You know what? That might work. It doesn't look half ugly. That might actually work. Okay, so that means that I will take off the other side as well. Wait, I wish there was a bit more light. Is my light on? No, that's right. Okay, that's better. Not that it's going to stop it from welding off random bits, but at least I can see. Just going to make contact first. I can just do it this way. Yes. Maybe this is what I should have tried last time. Okay. Now let's pop in a thruster there. Yeah, I don't think that looks half bad. Let's try printing it up. And I think the easiest way of doing that is... Oops, sorry, turret. Let's connect up to this guy here. Just realized that I can line them up differently so that, yeah, I can connect them like this so that it doesn't get in the way. Okay, so just take a bit more maneuvering with the weight of these ships. I think I saw a script somewhere that you can use if you've got multiple ships attached, such that all of the thrusters will be used. That would be cool. Okay, that's actually really cool. That is actually, I think that's really cool. Should I have put them one on the outside ones rather than the inside ones? I want the turret. So actually here we put in the missile turret, didn't we? We did. Should I have put them on the outside ones? I don't know. I think it seems okay. I'm open to change my mind, but it seems okay just now. Move this ship a lot easier if I'm disconnected. So I think it might just be quicker to disconnect them and move them out of the way. Okay, so now. Yeah, okay, I like that. I definitely like that. Now the questions are, should I just shove in a couple more here, because I could maybe fit one in there, and of course mirror it over on this side. In any case, we don't need to worry about two here, we only need one, and then it's really about the up facing one and the down facing ones. Now when it comes to the up facing ones and the down facing ones, let's have a think. I mean, the side ones, we've got one We could actually have one more if we really wanted. We could actually have multiple ones because they just stick on the end there. But for the up and down ones, so what we need, let me pop a block here because we need this block to be able to attach anything onto the top of here anyway. So now let us pop that there, and I like the idea of a wing. Okay, these are 2 blocks. Now the wing, okay, the wing should be, so if I sorry, if I put a block underneath there, okay, so if we fully expect that, I will do the design of this later if there is any design possible. Yeah, there are multiple problems here in that, okay, one reasonable design would have been to, okay, maybe it's not entirely, yeah, maybe, okay, I'm thinking too many things at the same time. So if I put a thruster upwards, then I can't put one downwards because it won't fit there, upwards. And if I put a block there, and then I can put a thruster downwards. Okay, so, and then I can actually put skis or like a wing directly on top of this, and that would work, except for the fact that the hangar bay would be completely not airtight. However, if I take this off, take that off, and take that off. Now the question is that part of the thruster airtight? Because you could put this, if I put a block there, I could put this there, and I could put this block there. But then I need to figure out how I'm going to put in the up thrusters. And the up thrusters would have to go, yeah. Yeah, okay, so the up thruster would go here, but it wouldn't be pretty. It's not pretty at all. I could put 3 down thrusters here and 3 up thrusters on the other side, but then the height of it would be off and it wouldn't match. Because, I mean, this is a bigger issue because of airtight. Wait a minute. Is airtightness even an issue? Because that bit is covered off with the cargo container, and there is a connector here, yeah. The connector is not airtight. I can even see through to the other side. Okay, actually, you know what? There is a simpler solution for this. Yeah, I can do that. I can take this off and take this off just so I can get in there. And what I would do, yeah, this will do. Let me put these things away before I drop them on the ground. That won't do. So let me put, I don't need that, definitely don't need that. Just gonna put everything away. Oops, not that. Although, now that I am here, of course, there is a O2 H2 generator on the ship. So, replenish my oxygen so the mishap from a couple of episodes back doesn't happen again. So now what I'm going to do is take this off, and now I am going to
Meteor storm
do
inbound.
that. I don't actually need to worry about it on that side, but that should give us airtightness. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we can do the same thing here, because I believe it is only the connector that is preventing us from achieving this right now. And we can fix that by doing this. Wait. Alright, we can build it because I had the part that I welded off. Ground off, I should say. But not that. Okay, let's build that. And then we will have another look at how to put the thrusters in. This does provide us with a tremendous amount more flexibility in terms of putting in the thrusters, because we don't have to worry about air tightness. I mean, I don't know. I obviously haven't tested the air tightness yet, so I can't be sure. And it is entirely possible that we will just end up with the hangar not being airtight because of the hangar door and stuff like that. I mean, repressurizing that will be a nightmare, because I don't actually have, yeah, that door will probably end up being a rotary airlock now that I think about it. Okay, so this design means that actually there are lots of different things we can change now that I've realized that I can work around it using that. If I put in more conveyor junctions along there, if I fill that up with conveyor junctions, then I can put things directly on top here without worrying about it getting detached, but it's not necessary as it stands right now. Let's pop that. Oh, right, I put all that stuff away, so let me go back in and pick up some steel plates. Oh, I should be able to pick them even from there. Steel plates. Ah, how cool. Okay, so put that thruster there. Now we need 4, and there is space for exactly 3. So I wonder if that is... No, it doesn't matter how this thing is actually set up. We can actually extend this out one more, which is what I am going to do. And I'll extend it out this way, because there is the space. So 7. Where is... Yep, thruster is going to go there. Okay. So now what we are going to do... Okay, that... And... that, and then we're going to have slope and blocks across. Yep, we need that up to there. And I want to see how this looks before I start welding it up. Ooh, that does look like a nice little wing, doesn't it? Now we can't do much about this section, but what we can do is we can cover this section up for sure. Might do one more up. Actually, not sure how that looks. Yeah, actually that might be okay. I might end up... Ooh, okay. I was wondering if I should do a slope instead. I might decide that after I weld some of these things up. It doesn't matter as much for the underneath part. It only matters here because there is the exposed tubing there. The question is, I could move all of this up a block. We can't do it here because of this one, but actually we could just move it out one and that would be okay. I'm not sure. We can decide that after. Yeah, we'll have to decide that after we weld some of these things up, but I think this is looking good. I can work with that kind of a wing look. I can't put more blocks to kind of taper it in here because of course it would blow up because there are thrusters pointing up the way. Although I could just leave gaps. It's a thought that I will complete in the next episode. Or maybe later, who knows. But yeah, I'm liking it. Yeah, okay. Let me know what you guys think. And that's all the time we have for this episode. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.